What's going on, everybody? Adachi here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new sdsgc update. Yes, if any of you guys are watching, I've been watching, seen my LC update videos. I'm going to try and do something similar to them. Unfortunately, Netmarble makes it kind of funky to actually find all the news and whatnot, but they do have it all nicely and neatly put together for me. So if you're familiar with that, then let's just get into it. So the update just happened last night. Very short maintenance. I like the short maintenances. Unfortunately, or maybe it's fortunate. The time always is right when I go to bed, so I don't even have to sweat that. But starting off, we're gonna get chapter 6.5. So this is gonna be like the prologue into, spoiler alert, into the 10 commandment type deal. So we're gonna get that story. So if you already have cleared up to the knighthood, then you're gonna get some more free stuff. So free stuff is always cool. Then we have this new login event, which is going to should start tonight after reset happens, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the rewards right here, starting off with 10 hero affinity elixir. I believe that's like 10k affinity right there. Looks like a total of 6 diamonds, a couple of days with wings, which is, it's decent for some, players who maybe are, newer and not nearly as geared up. We're going to get 3 different of the colors of awakening materials. So these are going to give you sets of awakening materials at random. So cool, save you a little bit of grind right there. And then, this is going on for 2 weeks. This is pretty nice. And we're going to get some potions. And last but not least, at the end of every week, we're going to get 1 SSR pendant each. So free pendants, who's going to complain, Then we're going to wrap up at the end with this one, the Fox Sin of Greed Adventure Bond. The big boy, the green nunchuck Bond is here. We'll go into him towards the end. Then we've got the Merlin banner. If it hasn't already ended, it is ending today. So if you want the very specific banner for her, then feel free to go for that. In my honest opinion, though, I would say there are better Merlins down the road if you're a big fan of Merlin herself. So I would say, honestly, to skip it. Obviously, I couldn't say that when the banner started, but if you have any doubts, I would say just skip it. Pull on, whatever you want to pull on. Let's see, we got some new outfits for the Nunchuck Bonds, so we're going to get some more added to the shop. We're gonna unlock chat for the West District. Cool. And we got a bunch of bundles. I mean, if you're spending, you could take a look at them all. They're, all the bundles are essentially going to follow a lot of the same formulas, so they're going to look very similar, and you should pretty much be familiar with the bundles if you've already taken a look at all of them. So this is going to be the same as the Merlin bundle that just came out, except for this is going to have green character-specific materials. So like the HP ones, green bond, green melee, all things like that. So this will be for greens, whereas the Merlin one was for reds. And they're adding a Blue King now into the coin shop. This is a little interesting. I don't think he's in the pool, but he's going to be added to the coin shop if you want to get some dupes of him. I would say, up to you. You do get him free, but this is more for, this is more whale bait than anything else. We got a new Bond-themed stamp set, and then these are going to show you the events that are ending right now. Pick up draw event, so the Merlin banner is ending. The Merlin Awakening bundle is going to be ending. The Overpower Hunter Slater, so that skin bundle that you have, and then the Green King bundle. So if you want to buy Green King outright, those are all ending today. Or they already did. I'm not sure. And here he is, the big shiny new part of the update here is the Fox Sin of Greed Adventure Bond. He's kind of one of the more interesting units, or more exciting units, I should say, that are going to be coming out at least relatively soon. I say Merlin was not so interesting. She's like a beefed up Gustav. Whereas Green Bond does have a little bit more of an interesting kit, and he can be carried into different bits of content like PvP and farming very well. Alright, I'm going to put Hauser and Bond, this is Red Hauser and Green Bond's stats, or their base stats, up on the screen real quick so we can take a look at the comparison, as these two end up kind of covering the same roles. They don't exactly do the same thing, as we'll see, but they do cover essentially the same bits of content, which is going to be PvP and farming primarily. You can see, just looking at the bottom right away, we can see that Bond is going to get 400 just pure stats more than Hauser alone, right off the get-go. This is going to be 30 more attack, significantly less defense, about 800 more HP, and you can see the rest of the important stats as we go along. His crit chance still not losing out too much. I've noticed Hauser, he crits a hell of a lot of times. It's pretty dang good, 40%. Honestly, it seems higher than that. So the small dip there isn't too bad, plus you get the crit damage boost. So Drain at rank 1 is going to be 150% attack AoE, and then at rank 3, this is going to just go up to 250%, and it's going to add some lifesteal, 30% of the damage. That's pretty decent, that's pretty good. So this is what's going to help him become a better farmer. He's going to be able to slap all the enemies on the screen, and if he ends up getting this ranked up, even just to rank 2, he's going to at least leech a bit of that health back, so he can at least be self-sustainable, especially for farming teams when you're not running any healers, and, some situations might get dicier. Also good to kind of maybe turn around some very small situations in PvP. And taking a look at Bond's second skill, Snatch, this is going to be another AoE ability. Unfortunately, this doesn't do any damage. This is just going to be a straight up debuff. At rank 1, extorts 20% attack and defense from all enemies for 2 turns, and then at rank 3, that's going to now jump to 50% attack and defense for 3 turns. Now essentially what that does is AoE debuff, they're going to lose 20% attack and defense, or whatever rank you end up using it at, and then Bond's going to end up getting those stats himself. Now if you're kind of a fool like me and you're using Hauser mostly just for damage in PvP, Bond's gonna be a bit more useful, as he is a selfish unit in extorting, but that is immediately going to help everybody. They're gonna take more damage, they're going to deal less damage. This is also insanely good on PvE. More PvE so than PvP. But, you know, you're stuck in some harder stages, especially when it comes to the extreme boss battles and whatnot. You take away the damage that they're doing, you break their defense, you end up dealing more damage. You're going to make those runs faster, you're going to increase your chances of survivability, especially if you're auto-running and there's like, you know, there's a bit of RNG when you're losing in some stages. Bond is really going to help tie that over. His AI is weird and it likes to spam these debuffs. So even if he's not doing damage, he's at least helping everybody else do more damage, and he's helping everybody take a lot less damage too. And then his ults, I believe the ults are going to, even the combined one, I think they're all the same as the regular or the other nunchuck Bond. I think it's Red Bond, I don't remember. I have him, I don't care for him. He's good for Red Demon. That's about it.
I don't like him, his giant head, or his beady little eyes.
Ult at rank 1 is going to inflict damage equal to 350% of attack, it's worded weirdly, on a single enemy, so just a single target nuke on an enemy, and also going to apply the extort for 2 turns, so 50% right off the bat, pretty dang good. And then the combined attack, all it's going to do is going to give you 50% more damage off the bat, and at max level for both of these, it's just going to increase the damage modifier. So you're going to do more damage, you're not going to end up extorting any more stats, and it's not going to last any longer at least. And the last thing to get into is going to be Bond's passive extort life. This is going to decrease all enemies' HP related stats. This is going to be regen, lifesteal, HP, and HP regen by 10% at the start of the next turn if the hero doesn't take damage, up to a cap of 5 times resets upon taking damage. This passive alone in PvP makes Bond a bit of a threat, because essentially if you aren't running any AoE on your team, he's immediately going to be something that you have to be concerned with. If you let him sit there, you're just going to keep losing stats if he's not taking any damage. So although there might be a blue king over there that's looking like a snack, you know, he's healing everybody up, he's stopping all of your stuns, he's petrifying your entire team. But Bond over there in the other corner, he's just chilling. He's not really doing much. He's throwing out some debuffs here. He's doing some little damage. You know, he's trying not to make too much noise. Well, he's also decreasing all of your HP related stats. Like I said, that's HP. So if you let him sit, essentially, for 5 turns, boom, 50% HP gone. To wrap it up in a nutshell, if you let Bond sit alone in PvP, you're just going to have a rougher time of it. You're going to be taking more damage than you might expect to take just because of this passive alone if you're not hitting him pretty much every turn. This doesn't make him disastrous for every team, but it does create a new threat on the enemy side. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Feel free to let me know anything else you would like me to cover, or any other videos you'd like me to do into the future. Otherwise, until then, thank you all once more. I'll see you in the next one.